Hey everybody, this is Rob, and today I've been getting asked a lot, what do I think of the Nintendo Switch reveal? Now, I was pretty open-minded about the Nintendo NX, which is now the Nintendo Switch. I didn't really have any expectations. I kept hearing that it was going to be part portable, part console. I imagined it was going to be somewhat like the Nintendo Wii U controller, where it was, a portable with a screen. So what I saw kind of made sense. It wasn't like way out of whack. I think a lot of the specs had been revealed already. A lot of leaks had kind of given people an idea of what they were going to see. So it wasn't like a big shock. But I haven't really been paying really close attention to that. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I think I'm just going to play the video here and we'll just watch it together and I'll comment as I see stuff. So, let's see if I can get this started. Okay, so, it starts off innocently enough. It's just some guy and he's playing a video game on a couch, which is cool. It's fine. And he's playing Zelda, which looks pretty cool. I'm not a Zelda guy. I haven't been since Ocarina of Time, and I know that's sacrilege for a lot of people. It's blasphemy. And then this whole, thing comes out, and I'm like, first thing I think of is Ladybug, right? Because of that red color and then kind of the dots there. And then you keep hearing this switch, whoosh, like snap, and I was like, wow, that sounds like exaggerated, which I'm sure it is. They really want to drive home that you can like snap these things into place. So yeah, this guy, wants to play, and his dog says, "No, take me outside." And he's like, "All right, dog, I'll take you outside, but I'm totally gonna ignore you, and I'll continue to play this Zelda game." So now there's this airport scene, and that looks like a 3DS style of game card, like an SD card or something. And then fellow millennial, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Oh, I have a Nintendo Switch too." "Cool. Now I'm on a plane and it's got a kickstand," which is kind of cool. Those things being removable and usable, I like that. Um, this is Skyrim. I only know because I've been hearing people talk about the Skyrim video footage in this reveal, but I've never played Skyrim. It's not my type of game. So yeah, there's the docking station. We see there's a Pro controller, and it seems like it's pretty instant that it switches from portable to console. What people seem to forget is that this thing is essentially an NVIDIA Shield. It's got a Tegra processor. It's really just a rebranded NVIDIA Shield. They slap a Nintendo logo on it, and they give those. I can almost bet you money. I don't know if I haven't read the specs really, but those things have to be Bluetooth controllers, right? And if you have an NVIDIA Shield, pretty much the same thing, or you have an Android tablet. It's the form factor is a little different than a Shield, of course, because it flip over to have a controller on it underneath it. But it's basically the same thing with like a tablet form. And this girl, oh my god, none of the actors in this reveal annoy me as much as this girl. And she's really not doing anything. But what is she wearing? What the fuck is that? And she's like, "Oh, hey, come here. We're cool. We're like doing this rooftop thing. Okay, let me go over there," but like totally ruin it by bringing a video game over. I know we're spending time outside. It's like, oh, ooh, do you see the black dude in the back? He's like, ooh, this thing comes off. Yeah, and they're all, between beer pong, they're playing whatever the fuck that was, some kind of Mario. And then these dudes, oh my god. I don't even know what to think of them. And they're playing Splatoon, really? Like Splatoon's like an esports game? Is that what they're going for now? I don't know. I don't even know what that... Are they supposed to feel like they're an esports team, or are they really? I don't even know what's going on. Is that a real team? I don't even know. Like, are they like a League of Legends team or something? They're. I mean, the only thing I watch is Street Fighter, and those guys don't look familiar to me. Are they a Call of Duty team or something? I have no idea. And the only thing I think of is like, in this scene is like that looks super doctored. That is like. If that's an actual reveal, like there's no way that many people, they filmed this a long time ago, there's no way that many people kept a mum. Somebody would have leaked it by now. Somebody would have snapped a cell phone footage or something, so that was for something else, right? So, okay, so that's and another thing is I fucking hated that song. Like, I pretty much hated on the whole thing from after the guy snapped off the things. Like, I was fine with him on the couch. He's like, oh, he's playing his new Zelda game, and the art style looks pretty cool, but it's probably another rehash of Ocarina of Time, as they always are. And they play, they have some copyrights over here. Bethesda, NBA. Let me move this over where not gonna watch. So, what do I think? As you can tell, I'm pretty negative about it. I feel like Nintendo hasn't made anything for me personally in like 20 years. The last thing that I was actually interested in from Nintendo and stayed interested in was the Nintendo 64. Like I played that quite a bit. I didn't play it as much as the PlayStation, but still, like it was a system that I felt was still made for me. I loved Mario 64, even though if you watch my Nintendo 64 20th anniversary video, you can see that I have no idea what I was doing because I hadn't played it in so long. But I still have fond memories of the system. But after that, they came up with a GameCube, and I really wanted to like the GameCube like a lot. I even imported the GameCube. I got a Japanese import. I bought some import games. I bought Soul Calibur 2 and a bunch of other stuff, and I had a pretty good time with it. But I didn't really feel like I connected with the software. But they were still kind of doing the whole kitty thing. The goddamn thing was purple and a little cube. It looked like a toy, right? And so I felt like Xbox and even PlayStation 2 was catering to my demographic, right? So when the Wii came out, they just totally left me. The 3DS, the DS, I kind of liked the Game Boy Advance, especially the Game Boy Advance SP. I thought that was pretty cool. I like once it became backlit. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Backlit Super Nintendo portable is essentially what it was. So I kind of like that. But in the DS was kind of the 3DS. Whatever. I have them all. The thing is, I'm going to buy one of these. I'm going to buy a Nintendo Switch. First day, I'm going to pre-order as soon as I can. I'm going to go down to GameStop and give them some money. I'm going to pre-order it on Amazon. If I have to camp out at Best Buy, I will. I camped out for 2 days for a PlayStation 3. So I'm crazy like that. So I buy everything. That doesn't mean you should buy everything. If you are careful with what you buy and you only want like one system, there's no way I'm going to recommend a Nintendo Switch over a PlayStation 4. Right now, my recommendation, PlayStation 4. It has the strongest installed user base, and it has really good software. It has the PlayStation VR. I like the Xbox One as well, but honestly, with the exclusives that the PlayStation 4 has, especially with fighting game stuff, I end up playing that a lot more. Now, I do like Xbox One exclusives as well. Like, I really like Forza Horizon. I played through Sunset Overdrive. I'm probably eventually going to get Gears of War 4. I liked Halo 5, even though it never got to the end. But so I like that. But I think if somebody comes to me, hey Rob, what should I buy? I see this Nintendo Switch. I don't have a PlayStation 4, Xbox One. I'm like, it's a no-brainer. Get a PlayStation 4. There's a PlayStation 4 Plus, or not Plus, Pro coming out. And if you really want to take advantage of your 4K TV, it'll have 4K gaming. 4K gaming really won't really, but whatever. Or even an Xbox One would be a fine choice. Don't get this stupid fucking Nintendo Switch if it's your only platform, unless you absolutely love Mario and Zelda. If you're tied to Nintendo property games like Mario, Zelda, Splatoon, I guess, Pokemon, shit like that. If you're really into that, you shouldn't even be asking me that question. Of course you're going to buy this thing. Of course. If you're not, if you're just like a general Joe, like Joe Blow gamer, get a PS4. It's going to have the most varied software. It has PlayStation VR, which I'm really, really keen on right now. It's just, I think it's just a better platform. So what really bugs me is like, this is like an Android tablet it's like a Shield, right, without the controller. And it's got the NVIDIA Tegra processor. This shit's nothing new. Bluetooth controllers, right? We've had this forever. And as soon as they put a Nintendo branded, Nintendo logo on it, everybody goes nuts. They show some Zelda video, some fucking Skyrim video. How old is Skyrim now? Who cares? An NBA, the graphics, assuming they're actually running on the Nintendo Switch, look okay, but they don't look like way out there. And why would they? It's a goddamn tablet. Don't forget, it's a tablet. If you can take the tablet with you and play the games that you can at home, away from home, it's a tablet. It's playing tablet style games, and it's limited by, sure, is a tablet's pretty powerful? I guess. Yeah, they are, but they're not going to be as powerful as like the dedicated consoles. Even though the dedicated console came out a few years ago, so maybe equal to, right? I don't know. I don't know exactly what the 1-to-1 ratio is between like a Tegra versus the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One innards, but it's a goddamn tablet. and I can't get behind a console that is essentially a tablet that outputs to my TV. If it does 4K or not, I'm sure it's upscaling it. I mean, there's $3,000, $4,000 PCs that can barely play 4K games at 60 frames per second. I mean, barely. Most of them playing at 30 frames per second. So you're telling me that like a $300 or $400 system like the PlayStation 4 Pro or this fucking Switch is gonna play 4K games? No, they're gonna render the game at 1080 or below and upscale it to 4K, which is bullshit. You can just upscale anything to 4K and call it's outputting 4K. It's not rendering anything at 4K. It just upscales it, which is not doesn't even count. You can take your Nintendo, which is like a 240 lines of resolution, and put it on a 4K TV and say it's 4K. Yeah, my TV's upscaling it to 4K. The graphics are still fucking Nintendo graphics, right? So I mean, whatever. I don't know. The whole thing kind of bugged me. The whole millennials like being targeted bugged me. Again, it's the same people that bought the game. They targeted the GameCube. People that grew up. That's all they did, right? Because if you're 10, right, you're playing Nintendo GameCube in 2001 or whatever. Now it's 15 years later. Now you're the 25-year-old that I'm seeing in this video that you're catering to, who can apparently afford a New York loft and have rooftop parties with her friends. Ridiculous. I don't know. I just feel like it's just not. I'm not the target demographic anymore, and I haven't been for a long time. So big fuck you to Nintendo, because you don't care about me anymore. If you did, you'd release a goddamn Earthbound, and whatever. I'm still gonna buy it, So I'm a hypocrite, I guess. You can call me a hypocrite if you want, because I'm gonna buy everything though. I buy everything whether it's good or not, no matter whose logo is on it. I don't care who the manufacturer is. If it's a brand new console, I'm gonna buy it. And maybe I'll end up with a software library of the Wii U, which is like 4 titles, one of which was gifted to me. The Wii had like maybe 6 or 7 titles. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't very many. But yeah, these games are just not made for me. They're not made for me. So if you come to me, if you're watching this and you're like, hey Rob, what do you think about this? I have one question for you. Do you want to play Mario games? Do you want to play Zelda games? Do you want to play, essentially the question is, do you want to play Nintendo branded games? That's the question. Yes? Then you're going to have to get it, because they're not going to be on any platform. I mean, they're starting to move to mobile, but it's not the same. If you want to play these console games, you have to get this thing. If you're just looking for a recommendation for a console, fuck no, don't get that thing. Get a PlayStation 4. It'll be cheaper by then. The library will be a lot more varied and a lot larger. And if you want to go to VR, you can do that. So eventually, by next year, they'll probably, I know Xbox is going to have Scorpio, which is probably going to be their next generation of Xbox, kind of. PlayStation, I'm sure, won't be far behind. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. It's basically old man, crotchety, curmudgeonly, like, get off my lawn, fuck you millennials, like, fuck you Nintendo for catering to them type of reaction. So anyway, that's what I think about it. If you don't agree, I don't blame you. But, leave all the hate, put all the downvotes down there, do something. I mean, I don't care. Just let me know how you feel. And will I argue? Probably. So if you want to get into a flame war with me, go ahead. I'm out.